Hi everyone, and welcome to another CK Team Hangout, and an especially warm welcome to our new community members, those secret agents who have just joined us recently. If you are here, it means your sponsor or leader did a good job ensuring you got the information you need to be successful, and that's showing up to vision casts, calls and webinars. So thank you so much for committing to your dreams and showing up here to learn from your leaders. Of course, we've heard before that those who show up, go up. And that means go up in rank. And that's our objective, right? Rank up, earn more commissions and bonuses to fund our dreams. Whether it's to get out of debt, pay the bills, fund your kids' education, maybe save for a holiday, change your career, or maybe it's your dream to donate your money to charity. You know, dream is actually my favorite word, and we all have different dreams of our own, and even couples vary in their heart's desire. Down the track, we will certainly do more on dream building, but tonight we're going to share info about ACT. Now, for those who don't know me yet, my name is Lisa Chirio. I'm a silver agent with my husband Paul, and today I'm broadcasting from our home in tropical Cairns, Far North Queensland, Australia. Last week I talked about the importance of stories, and you heard mine on that webinar. Tonight you're going to hear a few more, but the most important story of all is the secret story, because that's why we are all here. That's why we're gathered as a community, supporting one another on the path to our dreams, and it's important to understand the secret story. So there's a fabulous video you need to check out. That link is in your back office. It's also on the Secret Vimeo website channel, if you know how to find that. And if you're lost, get on to your sponsor or leader and we'll direct you to it. It's a really important story to know and to be able to share. But fast forwarding a little, it's important to realize that Secret is a billion-dollar retail success story. It spread like wildfire throughout 40 countries in its first few years due to the power of the incredible products which they have formulated from the Dead Sea minerals and other natural elements blended with the very best of scientific technologies, and they deliver instant results, which was so important on the kiosks. Again, I mentioned that last week, but it's important for you too, because it means that when you share our secret products, then they are going to have that wow factor that are like magnets to our business. Now look, the world is changing, and it's changing faster than I can keep up with. Today, the huge success stories are companies like Facebook, Uber, Airbnb, Netflix, Alibaba, who don't necessarily have stock or inventory. It's the service industries that are emerging as the big players. And today you can be a very successful service provider in partnership with Secret. So similar to Alibaba, you have an online store, but no inventory to hold and no distribution to worry about. Your job is marketing the secret products and the business opportunity. So give yourself a pat on the back. You're on the right path with a phenomenal company and incredibly powerful products. Now, if you've joined us here today, then we've got a common goal. We've partnered with Secret to help them in their global expansion and to open up new markets. Now, just this week, I heard Betty Perez at Accelerate in Vancouver say, we need you agents to be successful in order for Secret Direct to be successful. So what do they do to achieve that? Just this week, they made our compensation plan even better, and they improved on an already brilliant customer service program. That's completely wow. Now, Paul often says to me after these announcements, how is this company making money when they pay out so much? They really do pay out a lot, and they do pay out more than what they do. They have one of the highest payout rates, I guess. So seriously, how fortunate do you feel that this opportunity landed in your lap, because it has truly been a blessing in our lives. Now, these enhancements make running your business and attracting new clients so much easier. It helps you hit those goals and achieve your dreams sooner. You know, we have a heck of a lot to be grateful here. But tonight I want to get back to stories, and the next most important story to know is yours. And sometime soon we are going to hear it on this Hangout. As I said last week, we need to collect lots and lots of stories. And if you missed that webinar, go back and check it out. Tonight we're going to hear from a gorgeous couple in Colorado. They are so plugged in. They always show up. They are phenomenal service providers and have a huge customer base. They always hit E4. And I can't remember the last time they didn't get shares in the global pool. They are amazing leaders with hearts as big as Colorado. So please, first of all, we're going to welcome our bronze agent, Scott Ford.
Hi, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Sure can. Welcome, Scott.
Hi, everyone. You know, long hours and loss of days off kept me from doing many things. Missing events with for my daughters, Hannah and Lillian. Missing family vacations with both of them and my wife, Michele. Lo and behold, I ended up with an injury that kept me from actually doing the job, and of course, you know, made those dreams go a little bit, seem further away. I had tried Secret about a year and a half ago when I had really dry hands and to the point of, you know, they would crack and hurt all the time, and I started using the salt and oil scrub and the body butter, and I fell in love with the product. And then we became agents, and the compensation plan that Secret had to offer it caught my interest, caught my eye, and it made all those plans that I wanted for my family seem to be a little bit closer now. So yeah.
That is awesome. I really love your story. And we just had a little bit of sound out when you got started. If it didn't come through, Scott was a police officer and he got injured on the job. That's the start of his story. And you know, I was so fortunate to be able to spend time with Scott and Michele just a couple of weeks ago in their home, and I got to see how generous of spirit they are, how amazingly connected they are with their community, and I got to see how caring and so on they are with their friends. And now I'm going to invite the very vivacious, lovely Michele on to share her story.
And I just want to tell you all, you know, every time I talk to Lisa, I feel like I have this incredible morale boost. You guys are so lucky to have that connection there. My secret story and Scott's are interconnected, and yet they're different. I had been in the bar and restaurant industry for 26 years, working very long days and making a lot of money for other people. And you know, I did my best to be there for everything for my girls that I could, but it really took a physical toll on me. And finally, my body just couldn't do it anymore. And I knew I had to find a way to continue to contribute to our family and use the skills that I had learned connecting with people to bring that further. And that's why Secret was so perfect for us. Lisa and I'll let Lisa determine if she wants to tell you how we connected across continents. I had some very serious skin issues, and I reached out to Lisa and was also going through some changes in life and knew I had to find something new, and it all just fell together in this incredibly perfect chance meeting that Lisa and I had, and it's really been everything I was looking for. It's been a great financial way for me to contribute, and it's been a great bonding thing for Scott and I. to do this together and transition out of his law enforcement career. We're so very grateful that this has come into our lives. The sense of community is so important to me, and to be able to be available for our grandchildren and for both of our daughters while contributing generously financially to our family is just, it's everything. So congratulations if you're new on this call and you've made this decision. Wow, so much wonderful things, so many wonderful things ahead for you.
Thank you so much, Michele. I did get a little bit weepy because it's amazing how this opportunity has connected us across the globe. Oh, and we've become such great friends.
I will tell you all that we showed up at the airport to pick up Lisa with a big box of Kleenex, and we kept talking about the Kleenex as we were preparing to pick Lisa up from the airport, and we had our 10-year-old daughter with us, and she said, "Why the Kleenex? Why the Kleenex?" And as soon as Lisa and I saw each other, we were just bawling, and our 10-year-old looked at Scott and said, "Oh, now I get it." So.
Yes, that was a wonderful experience. I feel very blessed that we are part of each other's lives now. Now, everyone, I want you to hang on to those stories of Scott and Michele's, because you never know when you're going to meet somebody in the same situation, and you can share those stories, the same experiences, and what Secret has done for them. Now, tonight, as promised, we're going to cover a little of our ACT training. And I've got one of my favourite people in the whole wide world to share that with you. Alicia Humphries attended ACT with me in Calgary, and I absolutely loved hanging out with her and her sister Nicole, who are our amazing upline leaders. They are both phenomenal. You know, they set goals, they achieve them. They're both on their way to Cabo with their partners, and you know, that they really do lead from the front. They lead by example. Now, Alicia is a gold agent, and she lives in a little town called Hinton in Alberta, Canada, and I think there's a population of about 10,000 people, and it's a 3-hour drive to the next sizable city, which is Edmonton. Now, she and her husband Aaron have 2 gorgeous little boys, and I'm so thrilled to have her join us on this hangout. So welcome, Alicia, and thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for that very kind introduction, Lisa. I mean, I love and I'm honored to be able to work with someone like you across the globe. And I know that you're just taking charge out there in Australia and leading an amazing team out that way that's obviously not only spread within your area, but also cross continents back into the US. So just wonderful. Thank you so much for having me on. Like Lisa said, I'm in Hinton, Alberta, Canada. I've been with Secret for 3.5 years now, and I just absolutely adore this company and what it's been able to do for us. It's obviously given us financial freedom to be able to stay home with the kids, and I don't have to look outside for a career. I'm able to stay home with them and volunteer and be there for all their sporting events and extra activities. And also, it's just given me that extra boost of confidence being around the right people, the right environment. You know, you do become more, and you do emanate definitely more confidence than I used to have. So what I just want to talk to you guys about is my experience with events. Like Lisa said, I was previously at the ACT Agent Core training. This is new training for Secret, and this is with Muzaffar, who has come to Secret by choice. He wasn't looking for something. He is a very successful man, and had searched 20 years for the perfect company and has fallen into Secret, and we're just so blessed to have him. He is someone that when he speaks, his words get inside of you. It's something that you have to experience. It's someone that you have to meet. These ACT events are going all across North America right now, and I know you guys are going to get them in Australia eventually. And when they're there, don't even consider not attending. This weekend I was in Vancouver at Accelerate, drove 9 hours to get there with my 2 boys, dropped them off, made arrangements, obviously made a lot of sacrifices to get there. And 2 weeks prior to that I was in Calgary at this ACT training. Getting to events and going from event to event to event, this business is built on events. It truly is. It's an event business, and we're in the business of putting butts in seats. Like Muzaffar said this weekend, you know, we need to follow the rabbit to the hole. Right now we've got a lot of ACT events coming up in North America. You know, you can check in your back office and see that the events are happening and where they are, and, you know, start connecting with your people in these areas. You can put butts in seats, not just in your local market, but in outside markets. And what these events do is they create belief. You know, they put us in the right mindset. They remind us what needs to be done, what we're here for, right? We're not just here to earn a paycheck. We're here to share an amazing opportunity, and this opportunity is changing lives. And this ACT event has definitely changed my life. The things that I learned, the things that I felt, the emotions that I went through. It's not something that I can retell the entire story, but it's definitely changed me as a person from the inside out, and it's made me stronger. It's made me, my belief, again, just solidified in this company, and to know where we've come from and where we're going. Events are where your business is going to grow, guys.
Thank you, Alicia. You got me all teary again as I started to recall our experience and particularly our parting when when it was time for you guys to drive home. The tears just flowed because it was just so good to connect physically. You know, we're so lucky that we have technologies that bring us together on these kind of webinars, and we can also use the internet technologies to hook up through chats, so we can hear each other on calls and so on as well. But there is nothing like getting around each other, and I really needed to have that connection, and one of the reasons I had to go to ACT. But I had also heard incredible testimonies from those who had been to a previous ACT event, and I just absolutely knew I had to go. And like you, it solidified my position here, and I guess gave me the growth that I needed to lead a team. And for everybody locally, Paul and I are going to start creating our own monthly regional event, very similar to what's helping in other corners of the globe. We will have business overview, we will have trainings, and very, very importantly, we are going to share stories and recognize those who are achieving. And, you know, together we will get bums on seats in our region here. And of course, so importantly, you know, as Alicia said, we have grown across the Pacific, and we're able to support Michele and Scott in helping their team get to these events as well. Now, as promised, we're going to talk about some of the things that we learnt at ACT. And, you know, it was clear that we need to work from the inside out, that this isn't just a case of kitting yourself up with products, putting them on people and signing them up. It really isn't that easy, and as I said last week, if it was that easy, we would all be squillionaires right now. So it does take work, and it is a learning process, and, you know, we do expect to have approximately 5 to 10 years of training and growth. And just as Alicia mentioned, from that ACT training, it was an experience of personal growth, not just gaining knowledge, tools and skills for the activities that we do. So growing from the inside out is really, really important. And we did do a workshop earlier in the year in January, and that's what we started off with. And I was thrilled to see that that Muzaffar was taking the same path that we started off, working from the inside out. And he got us to do an activity, and it really did get a lot of people out of their comfort zone. And this is an activity that you need to complete over the next week, and you need to embed it as in your life. And there are 3 lists that you need to complete. They are a list of 10 things, and the very first list that you need to complete is the list of things that you love about yourself. Now, everybody responded differently when they were completing that task, and yeah, everybody felt differently, and you could definitely see the mood shift in the room when Muzaffar asked us to do that. Alicia, would you like to share your experience of that?
Yeah, absolutely. This was a tough one for me. This wasn't something I expected. And right before this task was asked of us, Muzaffar had actually asked all of us to stand up and to get uncomfortable. He asked us to stand up and move across the room. If you were in the back, move to the front. If you were on the left, move to the right, and vice versa, because he wanted us to be sitting beside someone that we didn't know and feeling uncomfortable, right? Because we all know that success lies on the other side of that comfort zone. So this list was hard. He gave us about 60 seconds, I believe, to come up with this list of 10 things that I love about me. I got to about number 4 and could not stop crying. And it's sad. It's really sad to think that we live in a world where we're constantly told no, or that we're not good enough. And it was hard. It was definitely a moving experience, but it's something that was really important to do, and I understand why we did it. I have since then completed my list of 10, and you know, Muzaffar asked us to make 2 copies of this list. And there's a reason why he wants us to have 2 copies. So I've got my 2 copies, and he challenged us to read them for 30 days, morning and night, and I've been doing that. So
that's absolutely awesome. And 1 copy is to be kept beside your bed, on your bedside, so that it's there first thing in the morning. So you wake up, wipe the sleep out of your eyes, stretch, yawn, and grab your list. And you are starting with that positivity. There's a lot of psychology behind emotion, and setting the tune for the day, I guess, and reading those 10 things that you love about yourself is really going to help you with your mindset. And then, of course, the second time that you're to read those is the last thing before you turn out the light. So once again, you have these wonderful positive thoughts about yourself as you drift off into your dreams. The second list that was required of us, and the second copy. So second copy you need to carry on you at all times. So when you're experiencing no's, setbacks, knockbacks, people having a go, times when you're not feeling so great about yourself or this experience, then you pull out your list and you have a read and you remind yourself why you are so awesome. So the second list that we were asked to do was our list of gratitudes, 10 things that we are grateful for, and that was a list that was seemed to be so much easier for people to fulfill, don't you think, Alicia?
yeah, absolutely. I definitely got through my list of things that I'm grateful for in the 60 seconds that was provided. I am a grateful person, but one thing that I learned during this training was that to express gratitude, and I understand that I don't express it enough, and to let people know that I'm grateful for the things they do for me and the things they do for just everyone in my life, right? And one thing Ms. Offer said that really stuck out is you will never get what you want unless you're grateful for what you have.
And that's wonderful. A great lesson that Paul has learnt through. Paul is so fantastic at reading personal development books, and something he really picked up on is that I am so grateful for the little things, and therefore I seem to be so much more content and happy in my life, and it's something he is working towards. But I love that you mentioned that expression of gratitude, and it's something that I have started to incorporate, and I have my daily gratitude that I post on my Facebook page, and so it's telling the world also about there's some big things there, but some little things too. Like today, I just said I'm grateful for my goldfish. they swim around, and it brings me a sense of peace and happiness. So that's something that I am sharing, but I have also started telling people, and there are some of you watching this who have been on the other end of my expression of gratitude, and I'm specifically sending messages, some of voice recordings, just others I'm sending cards, just in a variety of ways, and to others in person. And I tell you, it makes you feel so good. What we put out there comes back tenfold. So that was a fantastic lesson. Again, 2 lists, one for the bedside and one to keep on your person, so that you always have that there as a reflection. And finally, the last list was a list of our whys. Again, there was mixed feelings in the room. Some people were able to complete that quite easily. Others felt the challenge. I guess I've done a bit of work on this and my whys, and I do have our vision board. Well, it's our vision wall in our house, and it takes up our whole hallway. So I guess for me it was a little easy. I just kind of reflected on those things, but I tried to incorporate, just try to stretch myself beyond that, and have even bigger goals. Now, what was your experience of that, Alicia?
I love this one, and I actually blew through this one with 17 different goals in no time. I was writing at the very last minute, and I could have kept going. The reason why I really liked it is because I've been in the business for 3.5 years. I've never been in this industry prior to this, and when I first started, my goals were very materialistic, and when we got to this exercise, I was able to write down these 17 goals very easily, and they're a lot deeper than they were before. Just to mention, not to worry about bills and unforeseen expenses, helping others to see their potential and self-worth. These were a couple of my goals, and this is something that's deeper than just, a nice new house or a car or those kind of materialistic things. So I really like this, and I really like the way Ms. Offer talked about surrounding ourselves with what we want to accomplish, surrounding ourselves with our goals, writing them out, reading them morning, reading them at night, and to just have them there in front of us and have them written out, because if you don't put that paper to pen, your goal is just a dream. Okay, and it gives us, it's like a roadmap to them, right? It's a specific direction of where to go and how to get there. And we need to break our big goals down into smaller goals, right? And if we set those smaller goals, that's how we're going to get to those bigger goals at the end. So I really like this exercise.
It was great, and like you, my goals have evolved. There were the material things and philanthropic things, I guess. But my number one goal was to be the best version of me. And I had the privilege of sharing dinner with Tracy Josh and Cindy Denny, and we were talking about that, and Cindy said she was going to steal that one. And I think it's a great goal for everybody here, and it's really what our personal growth journey is about. And our DMO number 4, if you don't know what a DMO is, get onto your sponsor and find out. And that's such an important part of this journey, and it is what will attract people to us. And then, finally there was something that, oh gosh, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it now, Alicia. There was something that Mazarfa wanted us to do on the back of that goal sheet, the goal card.
So again, he asked us to write 2 lists of our why, right? One to read in the morning, one to read at night by our bed, but the other one to keep on us. And then he asked us all to write on the back of this goal sheet: I give up on all of my dreams and goals because blank. And he said, the day that you quit this business, be man or woman enough to give up on this business. You need to be man enough or woman enough to fill in that line of why you're giving up on all your dreams and goals. And I vowed that I will never, ever fill in this line.
There's another teary moment. Oh, that was so profound. Because, on the one side, you've got everything that you are striving for. And then on the reverse, that day you don't want to strive for it anymore. You have to fill in that blank. And it's something that I know I will never, ever be able to do. So, on that note, we've got this is the task that you have ahead for you for the next week. And it might take you some time. Like, I've certainly reviewed all of the things that I love about myself, the things that I am grateful for, and my whys. I have reviewed those, and I have made it 10. My gratitude list, I think, got to 23 when I was doing the activity, but I have brought it down to 10. It's probably the 10 most important things in each of those areas. So I would like you to complete those 3 lists over the next week. Make 2 copies, one by your bed and one to carry on you. And yes, for the next 30 days, make sure that you are reviewing those. But, let's just go beyond that. Let's just make it a goal for life to do this every day, because it really is a wonderful, positive activity, and it really does create a wonderful, positive mindset for your day. It sets the tone, and you really will find yourself starting to express gratitudes, as I've started to do. And each of these activities really does make you feel so fantastic about yourself. Thank you so much to Alicia. Feel so privileged to have had this time with you, sharing this activity from ACT and sharing your story. And to Scott and Michele, thank you so much for your stories as well. They are so, so important. As I said, it's the stories that are going to drive us to momentum. So make sure that you keep sharing them with the people you meet. Share stories publicly. Make Secret a household name, and let's really move forward with our personal growth and development, and make sure that we all become the best version of ourselves, the best secret agents that we can be, delivering that world-class customer experience through these amazing products that we have in our hands. Thank you once again, Alicia. You are amazing. We are so blessed to have you as a leader.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for having me on. And you know, I'm grateful for everything you guys are doing out there in Australia, and you and Paul leading the charge out there. You know, I'm so thankful for Scott and Michele who have come into our lives through you guys and just what they're doing out in the Colorado market. Just in closing, you know, I just want to say, you know, get around the right environment and get around the right people. And Secret does have the best of the best people that you can find yourself with, and you know, the greatest environments. Get from the regional event to the conventions, you know, to the local events happening in your market area. It is going to be built event on event on event, and you know, we have the best of the best. We have the best comp plan out there. We have the best products out there. We have the best leadership out there. And if you don't know that yet, you know, ride on someone else's belief for now. Trust in your leaders, because they've been paving the way for you guys. So thank you very much for having me on, and thank you for all that you guys do.
Straight back at you. Good night, everybody, and thank you once again. Have an awesome week.